What if, amidst the whirlwind of life's uncertainties, you could find a stillness so profound that no storm could shake you? Picture yourself standing on the edge of a serene lake in the Himalayas, the water so clear it mirrors the sky, yet ripples form with every gust of wind. Your mind is that lake, and today we'll teach you how to calm its surface. In a world that feels like it's spiraling faster each day, especially under the cosmic shift of a rare lunar alignment in March 2025, finding your center isn't just a luxury, it's a lifeline. This celestial event is stirring energies, amplifying stress, and urging us to seek inner peace with urgency. Take a moment to reflect. When was the last time you felt truly at peace, unburdened by the chaos around you? Perhaps it was a quiet morning in a small village like Eldergrove, where the air smelled of pine, or a fleeting second of clarity amidst a busy day. At Daily Buddhist, we believe that peace isn't something you chase. It's something you cultivate within. Today we'll guide you through 7 transformative lessons, blending ancient Buddhist wisdom with modern science, to help you master your mental landscape. Let's embark on this sacred journey together, where every breath draws you closer to serenity, and every insight anchors your soul against life's turbulent tides. Cognitive distance is a vital mental skill that allows you to step back from your thoughts, observing them as if they were leaves floating down a gentle stream in the forests of willow shade. These thoughts are present, but they don't define the stream itself, they simply drift by. This perspective helps you see your thoughts as mere products of your mind, not absolute truths that demand action. Imagine you're preparing for a public speaking event in the bustling town of Cresthaven. Your mind whispers, "What if I forget my lines?" Without cognitive distance, this thought might spiral into panic, your heart racing as if the fear were reality. But by stepping back, you see it for what it is, a suggestion, not a certainty. This practice is like standing on a hill overlooking Willowshade Stream, watching the leaves float without jumping in to catch them. I recall a time when I stood before a crowd in Cresthaven, my palms sweaty, my mind racing with doubts. I had been invited to speak at the annual Harvest Festival, an event that drew hundreds of locals. The pressure felt immense. My voice trembled in my mind before I even opened my mouth. But I paused, closed my eyes, and imagined my thoughts as those leaves on the stream. I visualized each worry. What if they laugh? What if I stumble? Drifting away, leaving the water clear and calm. When I opened my eyes, I spoke with a clarity I didn't know I had, my voice steady, my heart at ease. The crowd applauded, but more importantly, I felt a profound sense of freedom. Cognitive distance isn't just about managing stress in the moment. It's a lifelong tool for emotional liberation. In Buddhist teachings, this aligns with the concept of non-attachment, where you learn to observe without clinging. Think of your mind as a vast sky, and your thoughts as clouds. Some are dark and stormy, others light and fluffy, but none are permanent. By practicing this skill daily, you can train yourself to approach even the most daunting situations with a sense of detachment. For instance, if you're facing a difficult conversation with a friend in Cresthaven, cognitive distance allows you to hear their words without immediately reacting emotionally. You might notice a thought like, "They don't respect me," but instead of letting it ignite anger, you let it pass, assessing the situation with calm rationality. To cultivate this skill, start with a simple mindfulness exercise. Sit quietly for 5 minutes each day, focusing on your breath. As thoughts arise, whether they're about your day in Cresthaven or a looming challenge, label them as thinking and let them drift like those leaves. Over time, this practice builds a mental buffer, allowing you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. In high-pressure environments like delivering a speech or navigating a conflict, this buffer becomes your shield, protecting your peace and empowering you to make decisions rooted in clarity. Cognitive distance doesn't just reduce stress. It transforms how you interact with the world, fostering a resilience that carries you through life's storms with grace. Activating your prefrontal cortex means engaging the wise elder within your brain, the part responsible for rational thinking and decision-making, allowing it to guide you over the limbic system, the seat of raw emotions and instincts. During stressful moments like a tense family gathering in the coastal village of Seabreeze, the limbic system often takes over, leading to impulsive reactions. But your prefrontal cortex can step in like a calm mediator, assessing the situation logically. For example, when Aunt Lila in Seabreeze made a sharp comment at the dinner table, I felt my temper flare. Instead of snapping, I engaged my prefrontal cortex, took a deep breath, and responded with kindness. This process is like appointing a wise village elder in Seabreeze to mediate a heated dispute, someone who listens to all sides, weighs the consequences, and offers a thoughtful solution. At that family gathering, the air was thick with tension. Aunt Lila had criticized my decision to leave a stable job to pursue a passion for painting, calling it reckless. My initial instinct was to lash out, to defend myself with sharp words. But I remembered the teachings of mindfulness and paused. I focused on my breath, feeling the cool sea breeze air fill my lungs, and imagined my prefrontal cortex stepping in like that elder. I asked myself, what's the long-term impact of reacting in anger? The answer was clear. A fractured relationship with Aunt Lila, more tension in the family, and a lingering regret. Instead, I smiled and said, I appreciate your concern, Aunt Lila. Let's talk more about it later. The table relaxed, and I felt a quiet pride in my restraint. Activating your prefrontal cortex isn't just about avoiding conflict. It's about making decisions that align with your highest self. In Buddhist practice, this reflects the middle way, balancing emotional awareness with rational thought. To strengthen this area, mindfulness meditation is key. Spend 10 minutes each morning in Seabreeze, sitting by the ocean, focusing on the rhythm of the waves. As you meditate, notice how your mind shifts from emotional reactivity to calm observation. Other practices like solving puzzles or planning your day also enhance cognitive function. For example, I started journaling my daily goals while sipping tea on Seabreeze's cliffs, which helped me think more strategically about my painting career. Lifestyle choices play a crucial role too. A diet rich in greens from Seabreeze's market, think kale salads and fresh fish, nourishes your brain, while regular walks along the shore keep your body active. Adequate sleep, which I prioritized after late nights painting, ensures your prefrontal cortex is sharp. Over time, these habits make it easier to override the limbic system's emotional surges. Imagine facing a high-stakes situation, like presenting your artwork at Seabreeze's annual art fair. With a strong prefrontal cortex, you can stay composed, articulate your vision clearly, and handle criticism with grace. This shift not only reduces stress but also enhances your ability to focus, make decisions, and thrive under pressure, embodying the calm wisdom of a true sage. Neuroplasticity is your brain's incredible ability to reshape itself, much like a sculptor molding clay in the artisan town of Claymore. This adaptability lets you rewire your stress responses, creating new neural pathways that lead to calm rather than chaos. If you've always reacted to stress with anxiety, like I did when I missed a deadline in Claymore, you've carved a well-trodden path in your brain. But by practicing deep breathing or mindfulness, you can forge a new trail, one that leads to serenity. In Claymore, I was tasked with crafting a large clay sculpture for the town's festival, but I fell behind schedule. The night before the deadline, I lay awake, my heart pounding with worry, imagining the townsfolk's disappointment. That anxiety was my brain's default path, worn deep by years of similar reactions. But I decided to change it. Each morning I meditated by the river, focusing on my breath as the water flowed, its gentle ripples a reminder of impermanence. I visualized myself completing the sculpture, feeling calm instead of panicked. Over weeks, this practice carved a new path in my brain. When the festival day arrived, I finished the sculpture with a steady hand, my mind clear, my heart light. The townsfolk loved it, but the real victory was the peace I felt, a peace I'd sculpted within myself. Neuroplasticity aligns with Buddhist teachings of transformation. Your mind, like the clay in Claymore, can be reshaped with intention. To harness this, consistency is key. Mindfulness meditation, as I practice by the river, helps break automatic negative patterns. Sit for 15 minutes daily, observing your thoughts without judgment, as if they're ripples on Claymore's river. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is another powerful tool. Identify a recurring stressful thought, like "I'm not good enough," and challenge it with evidence, such as past successes in Claymore. Replace it with a positive affirmation, "I am capable and growing." Engaging in new skills also promotes neuroplasticity. In Claymore, I took up pottery, focusing intently as I shaped the clay. This mental effort strengthened my brain's adaptability, making it easier to handle stress. You can try learning a new language, playing an instrument, or even gardening. anything that challenges your mind. Over time, these practices weaken the old pathways of anxiety and build new ones of calm. Imagine facing a future challenge like a tight deadline at work. Instead of spiraling, you breathe deeply, your brain now wired to respond with clarity. This rewiring doesn't just help with current stress. It transforms how you face life's uncertainties, fostering a resilient, flexible mindset that thrives in any storm. Negative visualization, a Stoic practice embraced by Buddhists, involves imagining the worst-case scenarios, not to fear them, but to prepare and appreciate what you have. Picture yourself in the quiet hamlet of Oak Ridge, running a small bakery. You visualize losing your shop to a storm. This isn't about despair. It's about mentally preparing for loss so it doesn't shatter you. When I imagined my Oak Ridge bakery failing, I realized I'd still have my family's love and my passion for baking. This practice deepened my gratitude for my current blessings. In Oak Ridge, I often sat by the hearth in my bakery, the smell of fresh bread filling the air, and closed my eyes to visualize. I pictured a fierce storm tearing through the hamlet, my bakery's roof collapsing, the ovens cold. At first, the image brought a pang of fear, but as I sat with it, I asked myself, what would I do? I imagined rebuilding with the help of Oak Ridge's community, baking bread in a neighbor's kitchen, and finding joy in the process. This mental rehearsal made the idea of loss less daunting. It was no longer a monster in the shadows, but a challenge I could face. More importantly, it shifted my perspective on the present. I'd open my eyes, see the golden loaves on the counter, and feel a wave of gratitude for what I had in that moment. The warmth of the hearth, the laughter of customers, the simple joy of kneading dough. This practice reflects the Buddhist teaching of non-attachment, helping you let go of clinging to outcomes. To incorporate it, set aside 10 minutes each evening in Oak Ridge, or wherever you are, and imagine a challenge. Perhaps losing a job, facing a health issue, or a loved one moving away. Picture the scenario vividly, then ask, how would I cope? In my visualization, I saw myself starting anew, perhaps opening a smaller bakery or teaching baking classes. This not only prepares you emotionally, but also fosters resilience. As you realize you're stronger than you think, it also deepens your appreciation for the present. Knowing your bakery in Oak Ridge won't last forever, you savor each loaf, each smile from a customer with a fuller heart. Negative visualization also sharpens your problem-solving skills. By anticipating challenges, you can strategize solutions in advance. For example, after visualizing the storm, I started saving a small fund in Oak Ridge for emergencies, which gave me peace of mind. Over time, this practice reduces the emotional shock of setbacks, making you more adaptable and grounded. It's a powerful way to build emotional strength, ensuring that when life storms do come, you face them with a calm, prepared mind, rooted in gratitude and clarity. The principle of impermanence, a cornerstone of Buddhist wisdom, teaches that everything, your emotions, relationships, even the cherry blossoms in the gardens of Petalvale, is in constant flux. Understanding this can transform how you handle stress. When I felt overwhelmed by a conflict in Petalvale, I reminded myself that my anger was temporary, like the blossoms that fade each spring. This awareness brought comfort, knowing the storm would pass. One spring in Petalvale, I had a falling out with a close friend over a misunderstanding. We'd spent years tending the community garden together, but harsh words left us estranged. I sat beneath the cherry blossoms, my heart heavy with anger and sadness, feeling as if the rift would last forever. But as I watched the petals fall, carried away by a gentle breeze, I remembered the Buddhist teaching of impermanence. Just as the blossoms didn't cling to the tree, my emotions wouldn't cling to me. I closed my eyes, breathed deeply, and visualized my anger as a petal drifting away. Over the next few days, that anger softened, replaced by a desire to reconcile. When I approached my friend, we talked, laughed, and rebuilt our bond. The blossoms a quiet reminder that all things pass. Impermanence also reduces suffering from attachment. When I lost a cherished necklace in Petalvale, a gift from my grandmother, I felt a deep ache. But I reflected on its impermanence, realizing that even my grief would fade, just as the necklace had slipped away. This acceptance eased my pain, allowing me to cherish the memories instead of mourning the loss. Moreover, impermanence deepens your joy in the present. Knowing the blossoms in Petalvale wouldn't last, I spent hours in the garden, sketching their delicate pink hues, breathing in their scent, fully immersed in their fleeting beauty. This mindfulness turned a simple moment into a profound experience, filling me with gratitude. To practice impermanence, observe the changes around you. In Petalvale, I'd walk through the garden daily, noting how the blossoms bloomed, peaked and fell, how the light shifted with the seasons, how my own moods ebbed and flowed. Meditation is a powerful tool here. Sit for 15 minutes, focusing on your breath, and notice how each inhale and exhale is unique, never to be repeated. As you become more attuned to life's transience, you'll find yourself less reactive to its ups and downs. A stressful day at work, a disagreement with a loved one, or even a moment of joy, all become waves in the ocean of your experience, rising and falling without leaving a permanent mark. This mindset fosters a deep peace, allowing you to navigate life with a calm acceptance of its ever-changing nature. Adaptive control is your ability to adjust your approach as circumstances change, like a river in the valleys of Stonebrook finding new paths around obstacles. It's about staying flexible, whether you're facing a sudden change in plans or a life-altering event. In Stonebrook, I once planned a community festival, but a storm forced us indoors. Instead of panicking, I adapted, turning it into an intimate gathering that everyone loved. That festival in Stonebrook was meant to be a grand outdoor event. Tables laden with food, music echoing through the valley, children running through the fields. I'd spent weeks preparing, envisioning a perfect day. But as the storm clouds rolled in, my heart sank. The old me would have despaired, seeing the rain as a failure. But I'd been practicing adaptive control. Inspired by Buddhist teachings of flexibility, I gathered the community in the village hall, lit candles, and turned the event into a cozy storytelling night. Neighbors shared tales of Stonebrook's history, laughter filled the room, and the storm outside became a backdrop to our warmth. One elder said, "This is the best festival we've ever had," and I realized that adapting had turned a challenge into a cherished memory. Adaptive control reflects the Buddhist principle of embracing change as an opportunity for growth. It requires self-awareness, knowing when your current approach isn't working, and creativity to find new solutions. In Stonebrook, I started viewing challenges as puzzles to solve. When a supplier canceled last minute for the festival, I sourced food from local farmers, which not only saved the day but also strengthened community ties. Scenario planning is another powerful tool. Before any big event, I'd imagine different outcomes: a storm, a low turnout, a power outage, and plan responses for each. This preparation reduced my stress, as I knew I could handle whatever came. Building a support network also enhances adaptability. In Stonebrook, I relied on friends like Mara, a wise herbalist, who offered fresh perspectives when I felt stuck. Emotional intelligence is key too. Managing your emotions ensures you make sound decisions under pressure. To develop this, practice mindfulness. When faced with a challenge, pause, breathe, and ask, "What's the best way forward?" Over time, this builds a mindset that sees change as a chance to learn, not a threat. Whether you're navigating a storm in Stonebrook or a personal setback, adaptive control empowers you to flow like that river, finding new paths with confidence and grace. Inner sovereignty means cultivating a deep sense of self-governance, like a lighthouse in the stormy seas of Missport, unshaken by external waves. It's about controlling your thoughts, emotions, and actions, ensuring they align with your values, not the chaos around you. In Missport, I once faced criticism that shook my confidence, but by grounding myself in my values, I stood firm, responding with grace. During a stormy winter in Missport, I'd started a small fishing cooperative to support the village. But at a town meeting, a few locals criticized my methods, calling them naive and doomed to fail. Their words stung. I felt my confidence waver, my mind spiraling with self-doubt. But I'd been cultivating inner sovereignty, inspired by Buddhist teachings of self-mastery. I retreated to the lighthouse, its steady beam cutting through the fog, and journaled my thoughts. I asked myself, what do I value? The answer was clear: community, sustainability, and perseverance. Those values became my anchor. At the next meeting, I addressed the criticism calmly, explaining my vision with confidence. Some skeptics even joined the cooperative, and we thrived, but the real triumph was the unshakable peace I felt within. Inner sovereignty aligns with the Buddhist concept of self-reliance. Your inner state is your domain, not dictated by external forces. To build this, self-reflection is essential. Each evening in Missport, I'd journal by the fire, exploring my emotions and triggers. Meditation deepened this awareness. Sitting by the sea, I'd focus on the waves, noticing how my thoughts came and went without pulling me under. Setting boundaries is also crucial. In Missport, I learned to say no to demands that drained me, like taking on extra work when I needed rest. This protected my mental space, ensuring I had energy for what mattered. Practicing assertiveness strengthens your sovereignty too. When I expressed my needs at the town meeting, calmly but firmly, I felt a surge of empowerment. Resilience is another pillar. Facing Missport's harsh winters taught me I could endure hardship without losing myself. To cultivate this, take on small challenges, perhaps a new hobby or a difficult conversation, and notice how you grow stronger with each one. Over time, inner sovereignty becomes your foundation, a lighthouse guiding you through life's storms. No matter the criticism, chaos, or cosmic shifts, you'll stand firm, rooted in your own power, navigating the world with calm confidence. If you've ever used mindfulness to find calm in chaos, share your experience in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. If you're just starting your mindfulness journey, you're in the right place. Don't let this moment of clarity slip away. Subscribe now to begin your journey into mindful awareness with Daily Buddhist. As we close this sacred journey, let's pause and reflect on the profound wisdom we've uncovered together. Under the cosmic shift of this rare lunar alignment in March 2025, you've learned to anchor your soul against life's turbulent tides. Each lesson, cognitive distance, prefrontal cortex activation, neuroplasticity, negative visualization, impermanence, adaptive control, and inner sovereignty, has woven a tapestry of resilience within you. Picture yourself now, standing on that serene Himalayan lake from our introduction, the ripples of stress fading as your mind becomes a mirror of calm. This isn't just a dream. It's a reality you can cultivate, starting today. I remember a moment in Petalvale, sitting beneath the cherry blossoms, feeling overwhelmed by life's demands. But as I practiced these lessons, I felt a shift. The blossoms reminded me of impermanence. My worries, like those petals, would fall and make way for new growth. I visualized the worst, prepared my mind, and adapted with grace. That day, I found a peace I hadn't known was possible. A peace that's now within your reach too. These practices aren't just tools. They're a way of being. A path to a life where chaos no longer controls you. Your journey toward peace begins now. Start small. Take 5 minutes each morning to meditate, focusing on your breath as you did in Claymore's Riverside practice. Reflect on impermanence as you watch the world change around you, whether it's the seasons in Petalvale or the emotions in your heart. Journal your thoughts, as I did in Missport, to deepen your self-awareness and sovereignty. These acts of mindfulness and compassion will shield your energy from the cosmic upheaval, grounding you in serenity. Have you experienced moments of unexpected calm or insight? Share your story in the comments. Your journey could inspire someone else. Let's build a community of peace together at Daily Buddhist. But this journey doesn't end here. It's a lifelong practice, a sacred commitment to your inner growth. The wisdom you seek has always been within you, waiting to be uncovered. As the lunar alignment continues to stir energies, you now hold the tools to navigate its challenges with grace. Imagine the ripple effect of your calm, how it could touch your family in Seabreeze, your friends in Stonebrook, or even a stranger in Oak Ridge. By embodying these lessons, you become a beacon of peace in a chaotic world, a living testament to the power of Buddhist wisdom. So take this moment to commit to your practice. Set an intention. Perhaps it's to meditate daily, to embrace impermanence, or to adapt with courage. Whatever it is, let it be a step toward a more fulfilled, empowered life. The cosmic shift may bring uncertainty, but you now have the strength to face it with a steady heart. At Daily Buddhist, we're here to support you every step of the way, offering insights to guide you deeper into mindfulness and peace. Peace is not found by seeking, but by pausing, breathing, and embracing the present. Click subscribe now. Your path to inner peace starts here with Daily Buddhist. Stay calm, stay focused, and stay empowered.